All right, before we get started, okay, this is strictly multiplayer, not Warzone. When we talk about Call of Duty is a 6v6 arena shooter. So when y'all talk about, if we talk about Modern Warfare 2019, Warzone is a different game mode. It's a different game. Don't compare it. Also, Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, and Black Ops 6 are not in this list. We will do our own ranking in the next video, but I just want to hear what Scump has to say because I believe this was for 2019. No. This was, I don't know, last year? Last year. No, I don't remember. But let's get right into it.
First off, we're starting with Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Couldn't have been a quicker decision. Couldn't have been faster. Holy
I agree.
guacamole,
I agree.
ladies and gentlemen. What the fuck was
Camp
that?
Fest,
Are we serious?
Too slow.
I mean,
Kill
come
streaks
on.
didn't do
Probably
much.
my
You didn't have dead
personal,
silence.
Okay, and see, okay, let me explain myself. This is only multiplayer before I get all the Warzone people coming in here saying,
Listen to this.
Warzone. It's not Warzone. This is strictly multiplayer, and holy shit, F. All right, moving on. Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. Holy shit, this list is going well so far. This list is starting off hot. We've got back-to-back Fs. Oh, holy shit. Call of Duty 4, next up.
So, to pause, I don't agree. I think Infinite Warfare is an S tier game. I literally played that game the entire year. If y'all remember, they had a game mode. It was called Frontline, where they took the map and they had two sides. And it was team deathmatch, but you had to spawn on your same side. And it would go to 100. Then it would flip. I'll try to put it up here if I can find it, and I'll put it up here so that way you guys can see it. But then they combined the game mode with kill confirmed, and then they got rid of it at the end of the year. But it was such a good game mode because if you were in your spawn, if you went into their spawn, you would highlight yellow and then you would die. Like people would shoot you. And then they obviously they had armor when they spawned, but as soon as they came out, boom, it was a wrap. Like they would get destroyed. I remember that. I think I averaged 36 kills a game on that game mode because it was just so fun. You had to go forward. There was no craziness. It was so fun.
On the list. COD 4. Where am I going to put COD 4? COD 4, I would probably put it... I'd say B is actually a pretty good spot for that, Jake. I'm not going to lie. B is a pretty solid spot for that. My reason being is that there were only 10 prestiges, and it was really easy to level up. If there...
We're rating Call of Duty 4 because of prestiging? Well, am I tripping? But like, why are Call of Duty players so focused on leveling up and getting camos? What happened to being good at the game modes that are in the game? Right? Like, I don't care if you're Master Prestige. Everybody's eventually gonna get there. But if you're the top 1% on, domination or the best player in search and destroy, like that's more impressive to me. Am I the only one? Like like people want to talk about like leveling up. Like I need more to do. Like what more do you need to do? Like you go play basketball. There's no levels there. You play basketball for the fun of the sport. Right? You should be playing Call of Duty for the fun of the game mode that you're going to play, whether that's team deathmatch, domination, capture the flag, search and destroy. Play the game mode. Be good at the game mode. Ain't nobody care if you have dark matter. Ain't nobody care if you're 10 prestige.
If there was more to do on this game from a public match standpoint, like if you didn't just cap out at 10th prestige, it would be like A for me probably. I personally need a game to have a lot of prestiges to the point where I'm never gonna like get bored. This was the first game to have create a class as well. Yeah, I mean that's a staple. I mean, where would we be without create a class, ladies and gentlemen? I don't know. Call of Duty 4. I'm sorry. I'm going to put it in B. I know that's going to hurt a lot of feelings out there, but I'm going to put it in B. Next, MW3. In my opinion, either the first or second best public match game of all time. I mean, there probably wasn't a better feeling. I don't think I got more dopamine flooding through my brain than when I got a full specialist streak and that stalker just engaged and I'm just, I'm flying down lanes just pre-aiming with this.
It's got to be the best specialist bonus achieved. Like That statement right there, like, was the best, one of the best feelings you could have in Modern Warfare 3, and it made it so addicting. And that's the problem with Call of Duties now. They don't have stuff like that make it addicting, because they don't want everything to be overpowered. They want everything to be even, and even Timmy No Thumbs and the pro players are even and can get the same things. Like, no, bro, you earned specialist, bro. You were killing the lobby. You were running the lobby, and you could literally do everything because you had everything, and it was the best feeling. But you had to earn it, and as soon as you died, you lost it all. So there was a good balance. Modern Warfare 3 was, with the specialist, was the best. Like that, oh, man, that feeling was so great.
Silenced ACR. I don't think I've got more dopamine from playing video games than that. It was one of the best feelings ever. And then you get the Moab, and then you don't just stop at one. You get two. You could go for triple Moabs. You could go.
Yep.
It's the best, dude. If I got.
And here's the thing, yo, Activision, Treyarch, Infinity Ward, Sledgehammer, people weren't quitting them, because if people were quitting those games, they wouldn't be able to get triple Moabs, because people would be leaving, right? People would be leaving. But back then, you had all the different kill streaks. You had the what is it? You had the support kill streaks, you had the killing kill streaks, and then you had the specialist, because people could fight back, right? People knew that they could fight back with the kill streaks that were in the game. So people didn't leave. But people also wanted to get the specialist because it was achievable, right? But when you make it hard to achieve, then no one's trying to do it, so then they quit the game. So this is a good example of, like, we're talking about triple Moabs. Back in the day, people didn't quit games. They stayed in. I know for me personally, like, if I saw someone going on a Moab streak, I was hunting him down trying to kill him. Because I could. Because I could go on my kill streaks. I know where he is. He's running around the map. He's flying. He's lasering people. So, of course, I would try to hunt him down and kill him myself.
A game like this now, bro? If I got a game like this right now, where I could play it and, like, go for uploads like that, oh, dude, Modern Warfare 2, please be a good pub game. Please. I need one. I need a good one so I can pub stomp. Well, skill base is still going to be a thing, but next, Black Ops 2. This is a tough one. Wait. Oh, what the heck? Black Ops 2. This is a tough one. This one's either A or S for me. I don't know if I can put it in S. It was a very, very fun public match game. I'm not going to lie to you. But I don't know if I can put it in S. I mean, we had the swarms.
You had the dogs.
We had the dog. Was it dog? It was dogs, right?
It was
Swarm dogs.
VSAT.
And the VSAT?
Yep.
Who am I kidding?
Thank you. I was about to say.
Who am I kidding? That's S. I'm faded.
We just talked him into it.
Guys, I don't know what I was thinking for a second.
Yeah, you
drunk. I kind of blanked out. That's an S tier. That's an S tier public match game. I'm sorry, folks.
Best Call of Duty in Call of Duty history.
What am I thinking? It's hard. It's hard to rank these because some of them, you want to put an A, but you want to fill the list, Call of Duty 2, monumental, historic game in Call of Duty history. I mean, S tier for sure. AW. I'm putting C. I'm put it like C. I think it's a C though. I mean, this game, they introduced the supply drops in this game. Was this the first game they did that in? I think it was. And the variants kind of threw it off for me. What were the variants called? Like was it the Speakeasy and what was the bow? Inferno? The Steed?
Yep.
Oh yeah, dude, the Steed, that thing was a joke, man. Without variants.
It's funny, I got the Steed in the beginning of the game and didn't know how good it was. Because obviously back then, they didn't have YouTube like that. And with the supply drops, not everybody had the weapon. So unless you were a rich YouTuber back then, you did not have... There was not enough videos about the weapon until, months after the game came out. And I didn't know, how good it was. But then you're also trying to get used to the advanced movement because you go from boots on the ground of... What was it, Ghost before? Then you go to Advanced Warfare. So you go to a very slow-paced Ghost game to one of the fastest-paced games in Call of Duty history. And you're trying to... And back then, they didn't have scuffs like that. They didn't have, they didn't have the elite controllers where you got the paddles on the back. Like, they didn't have that, bro. So a lot of people over here trying to press A to jump and stuff and boost and do all that stuff. And it was not... Bro, I went from a 2.6 KD to like a 1.5. And then this was when skill-based matchmaking was at its when it started getting to the point where like it was very obvious that they had it in there because they did not have skill-based matchmaking before then. But Advanced Warfare was a crazy time.
This one might have gotten a higher placing from me. I'm not gonna lie. Variants, they just made this. It's hard to make lists like this for me because I like the game that I'm playing from a public match standpoint to be as close as possible to the competitive game that I'm playing at the time. Playing with variants just add.
I agree to an extent, right? And this is a good. I'm gonna make a good breakdown of this. I want the public matches to be fun but also competitive, right? Like I want it to be fair enough to the point where like whether you're good or bad, you can compete if you do good, right? I'm not saying you need to make it hard for good player or for bad players to earn stuff, but I'm also not trying to say give them free stuff. That's why I say Black Ops 2 is the best game in Call of Duty history because it had a balance of if you knew how to play the game and the game modes itself by using the score to your advantage and using the right perks, you could go on a streak, which then would turn the tide of the game. But as a good player, if someone got lucky and got those kill streaks and pushed the game towards their side, you could then come back and get your own kill streaks and even maybe do better. And so that's where I wish that they would make the game good enough, and then all the competitive has to do is just copy. Maybe tweak something here and there, right? Let's say something is very obviously overpowered, right? So in Black Ops 2, the PDW apparently was overpowered in the beginning of the game. They nerfed it. So then everybody just switched to the MSMC. So like if they can just have a good balanced core game, but that's fun for everybody, and then they could just copy and paste it to competitive, that would be better because more people will relate to the competitive side because they play it every day. But when they go to nowadays, when they go to competitive, it's literally the watered down version. It's the most watered down version of Call of Duty, which is why it's weird that he says with Call of Duty 4 that he needs more stuff, more levels and all that stuff. But it's like, but you go play competitive and use the same weapon and play the same game modes. So why not just do that in the regular, public matches? So hopefully you guys understood that. But they just need to make a good core casual game, right? That's balanced for everybody as best as you can, right? And then just copy and paste the competitive.
Add so much like that always just pisses me off. I wish the guns were all the same. Call of Duty Ghosts. Actually, here's a good one for D. Call of Duty Ghosts. We're gonna throw that in D. Didn't really do much for me for a public match standpoint. No. It really didn't.
The maps were too big.
The prestiges didn't look cool at all. It didn't do anything for me.
If y'all remember in Ghosts, that was the first time they tried the teammate thing where you could like make a player but a bot, and then you would use those bots to it was almost like a mobile game where you build up this team, and then people could play your team in this you versus AI thing, and then you would play someone else's setups. Like, so what you would do is you would take your setups and put it into one of the bots, like, you know what I mean? You would create a class and that would be one bot, create another class, that would be another bot, and they would use those weapons that you gave them or that class that you set up for them. And then to his point, but like the maps were huge, the kill streak sucked. They had a weird pick 13 system where some points were 7 points and some points were 1. It was weird.
Really didn't. Ghost was a really fun competitive game. Very fun. From a public match standpoint, though, I'm gonna put it in D. Next up, World.
But you see what happens? You make a bare bones game with Ghost, and the competitive scene loves it because they don't have to worry about as much BS as I guess you would call it. But then the competitive side struggled because the game wasn't fun. You didn't have good kill streaks. You had trash maps. Like, you see?
War 2. Holy shit. I don't think I've ever been so depressed playing a Call of Duty in my life. Give me some color. Dark gray. Oh, he's in the dark gray corner again.
I hate to say this because it sucks that they fixed the game 6 months after, but my favorite time of this game was the beta. The beta was the most fun that I probably had in a Call of Duty at this point since like Black Ops 2. Because at this point, they just dropped the war game mode. And if you guys remember, the war game mode was where you run up and then you could break the walls and you could and as the defending team you could build the wall and you had to push through along this linear map, and it was so fun that I remember this, like, you had to wait. If you push so fast, you'd have to wait for the barrier to go away. And I remember this one time where me and my buddy were playing, and he literally blitzed the map and got up so fast that he ended up getting like a quad feed, and it was like the fact that he was able to do that was so fun, and that's what kept me on the game long back then was the war game mode. The problem was is it didn't really have the core of the game, which was kill streaks. They had one like kill streak in there. It'd be like the flamethrower, but you would only get it for a little bit limited a time. But it is what it is. They took too long to fix the game. They waited 6 months, and that's what we deal with Call of Duty right now. Is they 6 months. It's crazy.
World War II, that's F. Had potential. World War II's rank play was good, but from a sheer public match standpoint, we're going F. Okay, and can I clear something up, by the way? Why the fuck are people saying that I was ass at World War II? I had one bad...
I want you guys to understand that Scump is a really good player. If you guys don't know that, then that's your problem. But Scump is one of the best Call of Duty players ever. And the fact that he understands obviously he was one of the best competitive players, but he is one of the best public match players. He has probably the best like idea and understanding on when it comes to like what a good public match should be, and he's telling you right now, good public matches equal good competitive match. Bad public matches sometimes equal competitive matches. But when you have a good balance of both, this is where we're at.
Bad series. I had like a 1.05 the whole year. People say I was ass. I had one bad series. Damn. I had the same KD in World War II as I do this year. What game is this? Black Ops 4? I'm gonna say that's an A tier game. This list doesn't have a single miss so far. Come on, man. You know how we're coming, man. Definitely A tier game. I had a lot of fun playing this game, public match wise. This game actually is really close to S tier for me. I loved Black Ops 4 like as a whole. That game was a lot of fun. It's kind of like one of those games where we were kind of like on the edge about it when it was out, but when they released MW the following year, we were like, holy shit, take me back. It was like one of those games, Black Ops 1. I don't know. I'll probably put that in B. It's either B or C, Black Ops 1. S just off zombies. We're not doing zombies. This is strictly pub.
Black Ops 1 really kind of pissed me off in the sense of most people enjoy Black Ops 1 because they played in parties. Remember, kill streaks didn't like recycle, right? So if you were playing less than a party, you were playing solo, duos, maybe even a trio, you would get your kill streaks and like you were like, thank God. But if you played in a party, you're spamming blackbirds and chopper gunners left and right. So of course you're probably having more fun than most people, right? But that's what I'm saying. It's flawed. Some people have flawed memories because they probably played in parties and they're like, "Oh, Black Ops 1 is one of the best games of all time." It's like it didn't though because you couldn't recycle your kill streaks. So you'd have to go die on a kill streak. You'd have to get your blackbird chopper gunner, then die, then go try to do it again. Especially if you get into a competitive match, like if I'm on a streak and I'm controlling the map because of my energy, how I'm moving around the map, I shouldn't have to die to go get my kill streaks again. Why am I being penalized? And they did that because apparently some people were complaining that Modern Warfare 2, which they haven't got to yet, was overblown on kill streaks. Well, to be fair, that was the lack of ownership on obviously a lot of shit happened with Modern Warfare 2 because of the whole developing team left and whatever. But like they overcompensated. And then they went back on their word because Black Ops 2 had some of the best kill streaks ever, and you could recycle your kill streaks. You could, keep going and get your kill streaks. So Black Ops 1 is a little bit flawed in most people's minds. It's a good game, don't get me wrong, but the frustrating times when you're playing a full party with a two-man or you're solo was probably one of the worst times you could have because they would just spam blackbirds on you and you could never get on a streak because they would just spam blackbirds the entire time, and once they got their blackbird they would die, but their whole rest of the team was still killing you, so then they would go back on another streak again.
Public matches. I'm gonna go with B for Black Ops 1. It was a lot of fun. Not much to do in it though. I mean, everyone ran the FAMAS, everyone ran the AK-74U. There wasn't much variation in pubs. I feel like B is a good place to put this. Is that a W or an L? I really don't know about that one. I really don't. I like games with a lot of variety and like different guns you can use. I don't know. I'm putting it in B.
What did he just say? Run that back.
Guns you can use. I really don't know about that one. I really don't. I like games with a lot of variety and like different guns you can use. I don't know. I'm putting it in B. I
don't understand that, but then when they go to competitive, they use the same weapons and play on the same 3 maps and don't use kill streaks. Make it make sense to me.
didn't think there was much to do on the game. Black Ops 3, I mean, come on. We don't even have to think about it. This is probably one of my, we'll put this up there with MW3 as my first or second favorite pub game of all time. It's one of those games that makes you miss Call of Duty. Because what we're actually...
Black Ops 3 was not bad to me. I enjoyed this. I enjoyed the specialists a little bit. They had some unique specialists that would help you with the game modes that you were playing, right? It was more tools to your belt that you could use to play the game modes better. The problem I think I had was the wall running and the maps. I did not enjoy those maps that much, and the wall running kind of just, again, it's one of those things where I enjoyed Infinite Warfare. I said that. But the thing is it took me basically 2 years to get there, because they went too extreme, then they dialed it back down, and then for me, Infinite Warfare was right in the middle. So
Vanguard is a great COD. Vanguard is sick. But yeah, Black Ops 3, man, it's just one of those that'll always be there. Next, Modern Warfare 2. Dude, I might get roasted for this. From a strictly from public match standpoint, I don't know, man. One-man army, like, dude, the noob tubes. I'll put it in A, just so.
I definitely use noob tubes for sure. That was so fun. See, a lot of people they would do one-man army. I didn't do that. I would do scavenger, because scavenger you could pick up your grenades. I didn't want to have to stand there and like. I didn't want to have to hide, so I would be able to run around still and shoot people because I would get my ammo back. Now, obviously, with one-man army, you could do it, but I don't know. I enjoyed scavenger much more because I could just sit there and pick up and just shoot. I didn't have to wait.
I don't get roast. I would like to put it in B. Honestly, I'd like to put it in B. Yeah, I'll put it in A. Just kidding. I'll put it in B. I'll put it in B. One-man army, the noob tubes. I wasn't a sniper. Pubs didn't really do it for me in this game. World at War. Dude, I might get roasted for this. Dude, World at War was low-key a fire game. I might get roasted for this. World at War was some heat, bro. For everyone saying L in the chat.
So, real quick before he goes. These two games, so Call of Duty 4 was like, where is it? Where'd he put it? Call of Duty 4 was like the first Call of Duty I ever played, but I only played it for like a month. Then Modern Warfare 2 was the first real Call of Duty that I played extensively. Then it went into World at War. But World at War, we would go back to Modern Warfare 2 because Modern Warfare 2 was so legendary, so crazy with what it had. But now World at War was one of those games where you went from these smaller compact maps with these fun kill streaks, and then you're going to this more gritty, bigger map style, and you're just kind of like trying to figure out like what's going on here. Like, this is different, but it was kind of fun, unique. So, I mean, I don't blame them, but there was a lot more kill streaks than there were here, so it kind of went backwards.
I don't know. I'm gonna put it in A, and I'm gonna keep it there. Next up, Cold War. This is a hard one. I'm going to go high B on this one. I'm going to put Cold War in front of Call of Duty 4. I'm going to put this in a high B. Cold War was an underrated game. I'm going to put this one in a high B. It's a B+. Vanguard. Best game ever. Not close. Best game ever. Dude, you guys got to understand this, man. You guys got to understand me on this one, all right? You guys got to understand me on this one. If you don't understand, look down to the comments below. I don't know what to tell you. You got to understand me on this one. We'll do another tier list next year. All right? We'll do another tier list next year. But that's my tier list. I don't know. Let's see if there's anything that anything that could be changed around here.
Yeah, put Vanguard back down.
These three are for sure staying. I think these two both stay. I might be faded for that, bro. World at War might be a B. And MW2 might be an A. I might be faded. I feel like I'm gonna switch those. I'm gonna switch those. Just kidding. That's a tough one. It's a tough one. It really they could go either way. This one for sure is in C. AW's for sure C. Sum it up for a 30-second Twitter clip. All right, everybody. This is my public match Call of Duty tier list. Ignore this one. Just everyone watching, please ignore this one. Just ignore it. I think it's a pretty good list. There's a couple things that some people are going to disagree with me on here, but I think it's pretty solid all the way around, honestly. I might actually bump Infinite Warfare up to a D.
Thank you.
Other than that, I think it's a pretty solid list.
Give some respect to Infinite Warfare. Thank you. All right, well, there you have it. There's Scump's ranking and, some of my thoughts on the Call of Duty tier list. Again, Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, Black Ops 6 right in there. We will do a ranking. We'll do our own tier list. That way we'll have all those games in there, and you guys get my true, honest, positive thoughts of the games and kind of where my head was at. I was just kind of reacting to Scump. But with that being said, go ahead and leave the comments below and let me know what you guys think, where some of the games you guys would have put. Leave a like, and just so you guys are tracking, we have 94 subscribers. 6 away from 100. So if you guys can, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It's free. And see you guys on the next one. Peace.